Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our ghost stories. This is going to be a sorrowful story rather than a horror one. What if the one you love doesn't pass away, but you also have no chance to see him or her again in the rest of your life? A disastrously snowy night of an ancient time, a man was on his way to a big distant city for some duties. Unfortunately, he got lost in a snowstorm, and of course, no one was there for him to seek help. He himself couldn't see anything, even the one right next to him, and kept wandering undirectedly like that. And what will be, will be. Our poor man was nearly frozen to death and almost gave up hope. But his fate was not that poor. A young woman, coming mostly from nowhere, found him buried in the snow, not mentioning about where she came from and how she could stay fine in that awful storm. There must be something wrong at her. She was covered in frost, and her face was as pale as snow. She wore nothing but a white long coat. The secret lady took the tragically frozen man to her warm hut in the woods, treated him with hot food and rest. Awakening from the death, the man was so grateful that he agreed with the weird demand from the woman: never tell anyone their meeting. Maybe you all have heard a quote saying that making a promise is easier than keeping it, and the later tragedy came from this carelessness. Years later, the young man met and married a charming girl named Yuki, which means snow. They lived happily together for many years and even had two beloved children. But one snowy and cold night like that of years ago, in a close and warm context by the fireplace, the man, in his high mood, told his wife about he was once saved by the mysterious woman of the snow. He broke his promise. Later generation might consider him as a fool, but to a man who loves his family so much, he doesn't conceal anything from the love of his life. As his revealed, his wife, who was sewing by the fireplace, seemed absorbed in frost. The beautiful pale face showed up, and her coat turned into white with surrounding frost. She was actually the woman that night, the one of snow. The promise was broken. She should have killed him. However, she only sat in sorrow that she couldn't kill her children's father and faded away in silence, like how she first appeared in the old days. Since then, the man and his children lived together in regret and kept missing their wife and mother during the rest of their life. That woman is called Yuki Owner, a kind of snow spirit ogress. There are different folk tales about her, but in general, she was described as a young, beautiful woman in white clothes. She was said to kill anyone wandering in her frozen lands, but in some other versions, she was just a spirit lady who desired love. So, in case you see a white shadow in a snowy night, you'd better consider her as snow.